Last week, we spoke about the soul journey, and we talked about the soul contract. Well, I'd love to give you a beautiful tool this week on how to access your soul. And I call this intuitive painting. And let me tell you that in my soul contract, it's not only about healing, but it's about art. So by really bringing the art and healing together, I designed, and that is part of my responsibility to the world, the beautiful process of intuitive painting. So what you're going to need to get started is you can have any kind of paints to work with, and water-based paints are easier to work with because what you'll need is some water in a container. You'll also need to have water-based paint. That will include watercolors. It can also include acrylic paints as well. And there are many, many different colors you can get. You'll also need a variety of brushes and a palette. You can get a plastic palette, a wooden palette, or if you need to put something together at home and you don't have a palette, you could always take a piece of aluminum foil and fold it like a palette and put it in a square rectangular form so you can put your dabs of paint on it. And as far as paper goes, they have something called canvas paper, and that's what's being used in this demonstration today. Or you can actually get a regular canvas or just regular paper. All of those are fine. The most important part of this process, though, is that you will be doing this process in silence, and the main point of it is that you're tapping in to this very important part of you, your intuition. So the first question that I ask is, which of the colors call to you? And you will go ahead and pick the colors. You'll then put it on your palette, and then you're going to begin painting. You're going to dip it in water and go ahead now and lay it down on the canvas or paper. And as you see in this demonstration, the client is just allowing her brush to take over here. It's a very free process. You really tune your mind out, you open up your heart, and just allow your brush to take over. One of the things that happens in intuitive painting, there are a lot of symbols that do start showing up that have pretty significant meaning. So this client has chosen to begin, and her first color is orange. At any time, you can go ahead and change your brush if you're called to a different one. Once again, dipping it in water allows easier flexibility for you. As I said to you before, don't be surprised what symbols show up as you're doing this process. And remember, there's no right or wrong. Anything that gets revealed is just perfect. By the way, most people who do this process have absolutely no experience in painting at all. You don't have to be an artist. That's why it's so freeing. Just to allow yourself to let that brush take over. What's really nice about this in this finished drawing here of the woman is you see there's a lot of red, the color red being added. And once we get into looking at this painting, I'm sure that's going to have a significance. It's almost like it's being outlined in the color red. And there looks like there's a mic. This particular client is in the entertainment industry. So I think this is probably a picture of herself here. Once again, for easier flexibility, water on the brush allows you to be able to manage the paint easier. As I've said to you before, a lot of symbols show up in these intuitive paintings, and we see that the client has just added hearts here, and it looks like she has also added some dollar bills in there as well. There's a lot of red. It's a very significant color. After the client put down all the symbols, she asked for gold. She got really called to the color gold, and luckily I brought it. I actually got a message to bring gold today. So right now, that the next color of significance that's going on this painting is the color gold. So far as I'm looking at this, the significant colors are red and gold. And I think I've mentioned to you before that every color has a meaning. So if we're drawn to a certain color, it means that that part of us needs healing. As we move forward here, all the gold has been put down, and there are some words going on the painting. This word is effortless. Once again, symbols and words, all of those are significant as well. And it looks like we've got a lot of dollar signs. You will know when you're finished your painting by asking the painting, are you complete? And when you are, I ask for you to ask the question, what is the message you have for me today? And as you see, the client now is receiving the message. We do a process called automatic writing. Automatic writing, what happens is you really hear the words come down. Sometimes it's by words, by sentences, and this gives a channeling of the information. So instead of the words going through your mind, they really come through your heart. And that's what you see here. She's receiving her message. So essentially, it's coming down. As you see, she's stopping, starting, as it's flowing. This beautiful painting that she has created. So as you saw in the automatic writing, I'd like to read the message that the client received from her beautiful, intuitive, red gold piece of work today. Here's her message. You have it all. Fans are flowers. Nurture them. Ideas, let them grow. We can't do it alone. The message is needed. Art is life. It is powerful. David Bowie lives in art. Lives in me. Lives in my art. It just is. It is easy. And God got this. Stop asking. You already know. Receive and shine. Accept. I am it. It is here. It is needed. I am called to show up. I am the voice of my people. My voice is needed. So that was her message today. From a healing perspective, what this painting shows is this client is drawn to the color red. So red is a wonderful color of energy. It's actually where the Kundalini energy comes from. So this comes from our lower chakra area, and this painting is propelled by the color of red. Very, very powerful. It's also a well-known power color in a lot of cultures, and it's extremely important that we do feel powerful when we manifest. So this is what she needed. She needed the color red to feel powerful, and she's also gotten the other color of gold, which is a very high vibration color. So by having the gold with the red, she really has that duo power, because the gold is super high vibration and the red is the lower chakra energy together, propelling her forward in the world, which are two wonderful colors and a great color combination to move forward for her to totally manifest the life of her dreams. This is process really is about allowing you to be closer to your soul and receiving messages. That's really what it's about. So you do need to, once again, dialogue with your soul, ask if the message is complete, ask if the painting is complete. And now you have a beautiful piece of soul art that you've created today. So I hope you've enjoyed creating this beautiful soul art, and I bet you received an incredible message that has great meaning to you. Thank you for joining me.